You're listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. Each week, your host, Polly Requa, interviews veterinarians and individuals in the pet industry from across the nation answering pet questions. Bark and Wag podcast is produced weekly for your enjoyment, and show notes can be found at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. That's BARKNWAG.com. Please remember to subscribe to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. Bark and Wag is dedicated to protecting our dogs through advocacy, education, and supporting like-minded dog lovers by selling custom pet products. Bark and Wag is excited to announce our new partnership with a Colorado hemp farm to produce a line of CBD products for your pets. Bark and Wag has CBD pet tincture available in 300, 750, 1200, and 2400 milligrams. Bark and Wag CBD is pet safe, no THC, it's made in the USA, and is CO2 extracted. Please check out Bark and Wag's website, barkandwag.com. That is BARK, to see our line of CBD and awesome merchandise. We love pooch ideas for podcasts and merchandise, so anytime send an email to Polly at barkandwag.com with your suggestions.
Welcome to Bark and Wag 15-Minute Vet Talk. I'm your host, Polly Requa. Today we're talking to Joan, Marketing and Community Engagement Manager at Foothills Animal Shelter in Golden, Colorado. Welcome, Joan.
Thanks. I'm so excited to be back on the show.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted to have you back because I've received some emails from listeners and they want to know how you can volunteer at Foothills, as well as how do you go about volunteering to any animal shelter?
Yeah, so Foothills Animal Shelter has over 250 volunteers who help in every part of the shelter. We could not do the work that we do without their support, and they volunteer to help with everything from walking dogs, socializing the cats. They volunteer in our surgery area, behavior. So there's a lot of different opportunities here at Foothills to support the work that we do, get that pet fix, and really help animals in their time of need.
And what do you have to go through? Because I've done some volunteering where I had to have a background check, or what are the procedures?
So to volunteer at Foothills, the first step is to fill out an application. Our next set of applications will be open January 10th, 2023. So you'll apply online at foothillsanimalshelter.org under the Get Involved tab. Once you've applied, our volunteer manager will reach out to you. We do run background checks on our volunteers, and the volunteer manager will kind of talk to you a bit more about what you're wanting to do here at Foothills. You'll go through an orientation that will include things like safe animal handling, getting to know the shelter a bit more, just about the work that we do and some of our philosophies here at Foothills. And then you'll be paired up with a mentor, another volunteer who will help you on your first couple of shifts to make sure you have everything you need, you're feeling comfortable, and you're ready to go out on your own.
And so do you have volunteers that help you with the events and then volunteers that help dog walking? What are some of the different categories?
There are a lot of different categories for volunteering. Here at Foothills Animal Shelter, you help in every capacity of the shelter. Our volunteers do. So you'll sign up for an area that you're interested in helping in. And that could be things like dog walking. All of our dogs are walked 2 times a day for 30 minutes. So we depend really heavily on volunteers to help make that happen. We also have cat socialization, where you can help provide enrichment to the cats that are here in our care. We have volunteers that help provide enrichment and cleaning to small pets. Of course, dog and cat kennel cleaning volunteers as well, surgery volunteers, behavior volunteers, and then we do have volunteers that help with our events also. Those are typically volunteers that help in other areas of the shelter, and we just recruit from that pool to help with our events. But it's a lot of fun. We love our volunteers here at Foothills Animal Shelter. We have a great time, not just seeing them come to the shelter, but interacting with them. We are a family here at the shelter, so we really are always excited to see them come in and are always so overwhelmed with gratitude for their support.
And so if people are busy, and sometimes I know just volunteering in the past, it can be too heartbreaking to actually volunteer, but they would like to donate. Mm-hmm. Do you have a list of items that you need for the shelter that people could donate?
We have a wish list on our website, foothillsanimalshelter.org. You can find our wish list online there, and you can link right to Amazon or Chewy and have things shipped directly to the shelter. Or if you're doing a little, fall cleaning and have extra towels and blankets, we can always use those at the shelter here. We'll also, on our social media channels, we'll put out calls for supply needs if we're running low on a certain item. We just asked our community to donate kitten food. We were running a little bit low, and we just got so many wonderful donations from them. So follow us on social media. You can see the specific supplies we need. And always, monetary donations, donating money is always a huge help to the shelter as well. We depend on those gifts to continue our work here. So that's another option.
Well, that's just wonderful. Thank you for all you're doing. And I look forward to having you back on the podcast.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass along our web address, www.barkandwag.com, to your friends and other pet owners. Have a pressing question for a veterinarian? Ask your question at barkandwag.com under the podcast tab. This has been a KFR production. Join us next time for another edition of Bark and Wag's 15-Minute Vet Talk.